Imagine waking up every morning with an unshakable sense of calm, completely unaffected by the chaos and uncertainties of life. It may seem impossible in a world where stress, anxiety, and external pressures dominate our daily experiences. But what if I told you that the ancient Stoics mastered the art of inner peace through simple yet profound habits? Their philosophy wasn't just theoretical. It was practical, offering a framework for resilience, wisdom, and true fulfillment. In today's discussion, we'll explore 10 powerful Stoic habits that have stood the test of time, shaping the lives of some of history's greatest thinkers and leaders. These principles aren't about suppressing emotions or becoming indifferent. Rather, they teach us how to master our reactions, focus on what we can control, and cultivate a mindset of discipline, gratitude, and purpose. By the end, you may discover that the secret to a stronger, more balanced life has been within your reach all along. Stick around, because these timeless Stoic habits might just transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. Number 1. Practice gratitude daily. Practicing gratitude daily is a powerful way to shift your perspective and cultivate inner peace. The Stoics emphasize that true contentment comes not from external possessions or fleeting desires, but from appreciating what is already within our grasp. By starting each day with a moment of reflection on what you are grateful for, whether it be your health, the people in your life, or even the simple fact that you have another day to live, you train your mind to focus on abundance rather than deficiency. This practice not only fosters resilience against life's hardships, but also reduces feelings of envy and dissatisfaction, which are often the root causes of unnecessary suffering. In a world that constantly pushes you to chase more, gratitude acts as an anchor, reminding you that peace and fulfillment are not found in external acquisitions, but in the ability to recognize and appreciate the present moment. Moreover, gratitude aligns with one of the core Stoic principles, the dichotomy of control. You cannot always control external circumstances, but you can control how you perceive them. By choosing to be grateful, you shift your focus from what is missing to what is present, training your mind to seek value in what you already have. This mindset protects you from the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction that plagues those who are never content. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advised that we should cherish what is ours rather than lament what is beyond our reach. When you make gratitude a habit, you naturally become more resilient in the face of adversity, as you have already conditioned yourself to see the good, even in difficult situations. Additionally, practicing gratitude strengthens emotional discipline. It prevents negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and entitlement from taking hold. When you recognize the blessings in your life, you become less reactive to minor inconveniences and setbacks. A person who truly appreciates what they have will not be easily disturbed by trivial losses or temporary misfortunes. This mental fortitude is what separates those who are at the mercy of external events from those who navigate life with unshakable composure. Gratitude, therefore, is not just a fleeting feeling but a discipline, one that, when cultivated consistently, transforms the way you experience the world. By adopting this Stoic practice, you set yourself on a path toward deeper fulfillment, emotional stability, and lasting inner peace. Number 2. Focus on what you can control. In Stoicism, the principle of focusing on what you can control is one of the most fundamental lessons for achieving inner peace. The ancient Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasized that our suffering often stems from trying to control things that are beyond our power. Other people's opinions, external events, or even the twists of fate. Instead of wasting energy on these uncontrollable factors, a Stoic redirects their focus inward, mastering their own actions, thoughts, and attitudes. By doing so, they cultivate a mindset of resilience and tranquility, no longer disturbed by the unpredictability of life. For instance, if you face rejection, instead of lamenting the decision of others, you concentrate on improving yourself. If you encounter adversity, rather than resenting the challenge, you use it as an opportunity for growth. This perspective not only frees you from unnecessary stress, but also empowers you to act with clarity and purpose. The more you align yourself with this Stoic principle, the more you realize that true power lies in your responses, not in the external circumstances themselves. By internalizing this mindset, you develop a profound sense of emotional stability, no longer being tossed around by the whims of fortune or the opinions of others. This doesn't mean you become indifferent to the world, but rather that you engage with it rationally, without being enslaved by frustration or anxiety over things you cannot change. Consider the analogy of a sailor navigating the sea. He cannot control the wind or the waves, but he can adjust his sails and steer his course accordingly. In the same way, a Stoic does not waste time wishing for a different reality, but instead adapts and responds wisely to the present circumstances. Furthermore, focusing on what you can control allows you to cultivate virtues such as patience, discipline, and perseverance. When you stop blaming external forces for your problems, you take full responsibility for your own life. You recognize that setbacks are not personal attacks, but rather opportunities to refine your character. If someone treats you unfairly, instead of dwelling on their actions, you focus on maintaining your own integrity. If a goal remains out of reach, rather than obsessing over failure, you shift your attention to improving your skills and efforts. This shift in perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones, ensuring that no challenge can truly defeat you. Ultimately, by embracing this Stoic principle, you free yourself from the chaos of external circumstances and gain a deep sense of inner peace. You become unshaken by criticism, undisturbed by uncertainty, and immune to the fear of failure. You realize that your true strength lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering yourself. Number 3. Embrace obstacles as opportunities. Life is filled with challenges, but the way you perceive them determines whether they break you or make you stronger. The Stoics believed in the power of perception, turning adversity into an advantage. They saw obstacles not as barriers, but as pathways to growth and resilience. When you face difficulties, rather than complaining or feeling defeated, shift your mindset and ask, how can this situation make me better? Every hardship presents a lesson, an opportunity to cultivate patience, wisdom, and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that resistance itself is the fuel for progress. If something challenges you, it is precisely the thing that will sharpen your character, deepen your discipline, and strengthen your resolve. When you train yourself to embrace obstacles instead of resisting them, you transform every setback into a stepping stone. Life will never be free of difficulties, but you always have the power to decide whether they will weaken you or fortify you. By adopting this mindset, you no longer see difficulties as personal misfortunes, but as necessary trials that refine your character. A failed business venture? It teaches you resilience and adaptability. A painful breakup? It grants you clarity on what truly matters in a relationship. Harsh criticism? It offers a mirror to improve yourself. The Stoics understood that suffering is not in the event itself, but in how we interpret it. If you resist hardships, you suffer twice, once from the event itself and again from your mental resistance. But if you lean into the challenge with an open mind, you extract wisdom that others might overlook. Moreover, embracing obstacles fosters emotional stability. When you see difficulties as part of life's natural course rather than as personal attacks, you stop reacting with frustration or despair. Instead, you develop a calm acceptance, understanding that every challenge carries a hidden gift. Think of an athlete who welcomes rigorous training, knowing that every strain and setback is essential for mastery. Or a blacksmith who tempers iron with fire, aware that only through intense heat does the metal become strong. You are no different. The greater the adversity, the more powerful the transformation. If you are willing to endure it, ultimately, by reframing obstacles as opportunities, you become unstoppable. No failure can break you, no setback can discourage you, and no hardship can shake your inner peace. You realize that life is not about avoiding difficulties, but about using them to become the strongest, most resilient version of yourself. This is the true Stoic way. Number 4. Live in the present moment. Living in the present moment is a core principle of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing that true peace and clarity can only be found in the now. Dwelling on the past traps you in regrets over things you can no longer change, while excessive worry about the future fills your mind with anxiety over uncertainties that may never happen. The Stoics believe that by fully engaging with the present, we reclaim control over our emotions and actions. This means practicing mindfulness, being aware of your thoughts, sensations, and surroundings without judgment. Instead of letting distractions pull you away, focus on what you are doing right now, whether it's a conversation, a task, or a moment of stillness. Marcus Aurelius, in Meditations, reminds us that life is fleeting and that we must not waste it on what is beyond our reach. By training your mind to stay in the present, you cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude, efficiency, and resilience. The next time you find yourself lost in past regrets or future fears, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that the present is all that truly exists. To live fully in the present moment, it is essential to cultivate a mindset of acceptance and intentional action. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control the past or predict the future, we can always govern how we respond to the present. Seneca wisely stated, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Much of our distress comes not from actual events, but from our minds wandering into hypothetical fears or unresolved guilt. When you anchor yourself in the present, you strip away unnecessary mental burdens and see life as it truly is, one moment at a time. Practicing gratitude is another powerful way to stay grounded in the now. When you appreciate what you have instead of yearning for what is missing, you shift your focus to the richness of the present. Instead of waiting for happiness to come from future achievements, recognize the value of the current experience, no matter how small. Whether it's the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the taste of your morning coffee, or a conversation with a loved one, being fully present allows you to extract joy from everyday moments. Moreover, engaging deeply with whatever task is at hand enhances both productivity and inner peace. When you focus wholeheartedly on your work, exercise, or even a simple daily chore, you enter a state of flow, a mental state where distractions fade and you become fully immersed in the activity. This presence of mind fosters mastery, efficiency, and a sense of fulfillment. To develop this habit, embrace mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or simply reminding yourself throughout the day to bring your attention back to the present. Each time you catch your mind drifting into past regrets or future worries, gently guide it back to the here and now. The more you practice, the stronger your ability to remain centered, regardless of external chaos. In doing so, you embody the Stoic ideal of tranquility, living neither in nostalgia nor anticipation, but fully embracing the only moment that truly belongs to you, the present. Number 5. Practice negative visualization. Practice negative visualization is a powerful Stoic exercise that involves deliberately imagining the loss of what you value most, whether it's your health, relationships, or material possessions. The purpose of this practice is not to dwell on negative thoughts or become morbid, but rather to foster a deep sense of gratitude for the present moment. By visualizing potential losses, you begin to appreciate the fleeting nature of life and the things you take for granted. This exercise also serves as a preparation for life's uncertainties. It helps you mentally fortify yourself against the inevitable challenges and losses that everyone will face. In doing so, you reduce the emotional shock when adversity strikes because you have already made peace with the idea that nothing is permanent. It teaches you to focus on what you can control, your response to the loss, while letting go of attachment to external circumstances. Negative visualization, in this sense, can become a tool for emotional resilience and a more profound appreciation of the things that truly matter. By regularly practicing negative visualization, you shift your perspective from one of entitlement to one of mindfulness and humility. Rather than taking your health, your loved ones, or your possessions for granted, you begin to see them as precious and temporary gifts. This shift in mindset helps reduce anxiety and fear of losing what you hold dear, because you're already mentally prepared for life's inevitable changes. Furthermore, this practice enhances your ability to live in the present. You become more mindful of the present moment, cherishing the things and people you have right now, instead of constantly striving for more or worrying about what might go wrong in the future. In addition to its emotional benefits, negative visualization can also improve decision-making. When you're clear-eyed about the impermanence of life and the fragility of your circumstances, you're more likely to make choices that align with your values, prioritize what matters most, and focus on personal growth. Ultimately, this Stoic exercise is about cultivating a mindset of acceptance, gratitude, and inner peace, so you can face the uncertainties of life with strength and composure. Number 6. Cultivate self-discipline. The Stoics believe that true freedom is not found in external circumstances, but in the ability to control one's own mind and actions. They emphasize that self-discipline is the cornerstone of this freedom. By learning to master your desires, impulses, and emotions, you essentially take control of your life, rather than being at the mercy of fleeting desires or external influences. The Stoics understood that our impulses often lead us astray, whether it's the desire for wealth, comfort, or fame, and that giving in to these urges only brings temporary satisfaction and long-term suffering. However, by practicing self-discipline, you can cultivate inner peace and make decisions based on reason and virtue, rather than momentary emotional reactions. In this way, self-discipline allows you to live a life of purpose and intentionality, unshackled by the whims of your desires, and empowered to act according to your highest values. This is the essence of Stoic freedom. Freedom not from external constraints, but from the internal chaos that comes from unchecked impulses and desires. The practice of self-discipline, according to the Stoics, involves developing the ability to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. This mindset helps to eliminate the frustration and dissatisfaction that arises from trying to control things beyond our power. When we focus our energy on mastering our own thoughts and reactions, we stop allowing external events to dictate our happiness or sense of fulfillment. In this way, self-discipline becomes a form of emotional and mental resilience. For instance, a Stoic does not let anger or envy control their actions when faced with an injustice or someone else's success. Instead, they focus on responding rationally and maintaining their inner calm. Through consistent practice, Self-discipline transforms not just the way we act, but the way we perceive the world, allowing us to embrace life's challenges with equanimity and wisdom. The more disciplined we become, the more we realize that true freedom lies in our ability to choose how we respond, not in the pursuit of external rewards or the avoidance of discomfort. This Stoic approach to self-discipline is not about suppression, but about alignment with our higher values and goals, ultimately leading us to a life of greater peace and fulfillment. Number 7. Accept impermanence. Everything in life is temporary: joy, pain, success, and failure. This simple yet profound truth is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and can greatly improve how we navigate life's ups and downs. Understanding that both good and bad times are fleeting helps you embrace the present without clinging to it or fearing its end. When joy comes, you can savor it without expecting it to last forever, knowing that it's a transient gift. Similarly, when pain or hardship arrives, you can endure it with resilience, understanding that it too will pass. By accepting the impermanence of all things, you free yourself from the constant anxiety of holding on or pushing away. This mindset allows you to stay grounded, make better decisions, and find inner peace regardless of what external circumstances may bring. Ultimately, it teaches you to live in harmony with change, knowing that no state, good or bad, defines you for long. By embracing the idea that everything is temporary, you also cultivate a sense of detachment. This doesn't mean you become indifferent or numb to life's experiences, but rather that you learn to engage with them without becoming overly attached to any outcome. When you realize that no event or emotion is permanent, you gain the freedom to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. The Stoics teach us that it's not the events themselves that cause distress, but our attachment to the way we want things to be. By accepting the ebb and flow of life, you develop a stronger sense of control over your inner world. This acceptance allows you to focus on what truly matters: your responses, your values, and your ability to navigate life's challenges with grace. When you let go of the need to control outcomes, you can approach each moment with clarity, calmness, and a deeper appreciation for the present. Number 8. Be mindful of your reactions. Life is full of unpredictable events, and while you can't control what happens to you, you have complete authority over how you respond. This is a core principle of Stoic philosophy. When challenges arise, whether they're stressful situations, criticisms, or unexpected obstacles, you always have the power to decide how to engage with them. Instead of reacting impulsively or letting emotions dictate your response, take a moment to pause and reflect. This brief moment of stillness allows you to detach from the heat of the moment and choose a more measured, thoughtful reaction. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but rather about recognizing that your thoughts and reactions shape your reality. By consistently exercising this control, you begin to master not just your actions, but your internal peace as well. Choosing your reactions wisely can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and emotional strength, leading to a more resilient and balanced life. When you take the time to pause and reflect before responding, you create a space between stimulus and reaction. This space allows you to consider your options instead of being at the mercy of immediate, emotional impulses. The Stoics believe that external events are beyond our control, but our judgments and reactions to them are within our power. By cultivating the habit of thoughtful response, you start to break free from the automatic patterns that often lead to regret or unnecessary stress. For example, in moments of conflict or anger, instead of reacting with hostility or frustration, you can choose a response that is calm, rational, and aligned with your values. This empowers you to act intentionally, rather than simply reacting to external circumstances. Over time, This practice strengthens your emotional resilience, helping you navigate life's uncertainties with a sense of inner stability and clarity. In essence, the ability to control your reactions not only improves your interactions with the world, but also enhances your ability to live in accordance with your truest self. Number 9. Serve others and practice kindness. Stoicism goes beyond the confines of personal growth. It emphasizes the importance of contributing to the well-being of others and society as a whole. The Stoic philosophy teaches that true fulfillment arises not from self-centered pursuits, but from living in accordance with nature and using one's virtues to benefit others. By practicing virtues like wisdom, courage, and justice, you align yourself with the greater good, helping to create a better world. Stoics believe that when you shift the focus from what you can get to what you can give, life becomes richer and more meaningful. Helping others brings a sense of purpose, reminding you that your actions are part of a larger, interconnected whole. In this way, Stoicism shows that the key to lasting fulfillment lies in living a life that positively impacts others, fostering a sense of mutual respect, empathy, and shared humanity. In Stoic thought, the concept of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or living in accordance with one's true nature, is not a solitary pursuit, but one that involves engaging with the world and contributing to the welfare of others. Marcus Aurelius, a prime example of a Stoic leader, emphasized that we are all part of a greater social order and that our actions should be motivated by the desire to serve that order. He often reflected on the idea that human beings were made to work together, and through cooperation, we can elevate each other. By helping others, we not only improve their lives, but also cultivate our own inner peace. The Stoics' understanding of duty is rooted in the belief that the welfare of the individual is inseparable from the well-being of the community. In this light, every act of kindness, every moment spent alleviating someone else's suffering, is a step toward fulfilling our own purpose as we contribute to a world that mirrors the harmony and balance we strive to achieve within ourselves. Through this philosophy, Stoicism teaches that true greatness is found in selflessly acting for the greater good, creating a ripple effect of positive change that transcends individual ambition. Number 10. Reflect on your day. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and decisions by engaging in a Stoic journaling practice. This simple yet powerful exercise helps you develop a deeper sense of self-awareness, which is essential for personal growth. Ask yourself the critical questions. What did I do well today? What could I improve? And did I live according to my values? These questions not only allow you to assess your behavior, but also help you recognize areas where you may have fallen short, offering an opportunity for improvement. By reviewing your day through the lens of Stoic principles, you align yourself with the core values of virtue and wisdom. Over time, this practice nurtures emotional resilience, strengthens character, and ensures that you are living with intention rather than being swept along by the currents of life. It becomes a daily ritual that keeps you accountable to your best self, pushing you toward constant growth and a life aligned with your true principles. Incorporating this practice into your daily routine allows you to identify patterns in your behavior and thought processes that may be hindering your progress. By reviewing both your successes and your shortcomings, you create a clear, honest understanding of who you are and where you stand. This sense of clarity helps prevent you from falling into complacency or self-deception, as it encourages you to confront reality with objectivity and humility. The Stoic practice of journaling also provides a space to express gratitude for the things that went well, fostering a mindset of appreciation for what you have, rather than focusing on what is lacking. Additionally, it serves as a reminder to focus on what is within your control, your actions and responses, rather than external circumstances. As you continue this practice, it cultivates not just self-awareness, but a growing sense of inner peace, knowing that each day offers a fresh opportunity to live more intentionally and in accordance with your values. Ultimately, the habit of Stoic journaling is a tool for creating lasting change, allowing you to evolve into the person you aspire to be. Conclusion: these 10 Stoic habits are more than just philosophical ideals. They are practical tools designed to help you navigate the complexities of life with a sense of peace and purpose. They provide simple yet profound ways to cultivate resilience, mindfulness, and emotional control, enabling you to confront challenges with a calm and clear mindset. Whether it's practicing daily reflection, embracing adversity, or focusing on what you can control, each habit offers a unique way to enhance your inner strength. Which of these habits resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Quotes and Relax 95 for more inspiring content. Remember, the journey to a better life doesn't happen overnight. It starts with small, consistent steps towards self-improvement. Until next time, stay calm, stay focused, and keep growing.